I'm Alan Colmes. Welcome to our show. Good to have you listening to us. Thanks for being with us. As the president announced this week $100 million to map the human brain.
Talk radio that makes you think.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Alan Colmes.
Friday night free-for-all on the program. We don't even ask name and town for that, but the free-for-all coming up. But right now it's you and me and the stuff we're talking about. You know, whatever you want to get into here. Derek in West Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Hi.
I'm wondering about that study there. You know, I was curious how Obama got into that. I mean, I don't want to sound cynical or anything, but I can't help but wonder if someone on the left, when they start talking about brainwashing, if they're trying to use that technology to, you know, brainwash our children, as Eric Holder was suggesting, in our schools.
I'm not sure I'm getting the connection here, sir. I mean, you're really reaching here for something that.
Yeah, I know. I'm reaching a little bit, but I'm curious how Barack Obama got into the. You know, where did he get the idea from? How was he approached on?
Gee, I don't know. Where would the president think of investing in brain technology? Gee, I don't know.
And just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
You're not having an intelligent conversation right now.
I believe I am.
I believe you're not. I believe you're wasting my time right now.
Can I say one thing about the situation down there in Connecticut?
Yeah, what's that?
I can't understand how we can take 316 million Americans and use the acts of three, count them, 1, 2, 3 psychotic individuals in the last 18 months and use those 3 psychotic individuals out of 316 million to take the rights away from the other.
Well, what right is being taken away? You're full of right-wing talking points. No one's right.
I'm an independent.
No, you're not an independent. Don't give me that crap. I don't give me that crap about being an independent. You're giving me right. Hey, Derek, you're giving me right-wing talking points. You're giving me NRA talking points. No one's. Don't tell me you're independent after the.
I'm not a member.
You're not an independent.
I voted for Scott Brown.
I don't care who you voted for. You're giving me right-wing talking points. No rights. Hey, Derek, we can't both talk at the same time.
Well, don't call me names that I'm not.
No rights are being taken away. No rights are being taken away.
My local sportsman's club, I'm a hunter, okay? When you take my magazines away
no one's
from me,
taking your rights away from you.
when you take guns away from people...
No
that
one
voted
gun.
for
No
15
guns.
years,
This drives me nuts. No guns are being taken away.
right here
No
in
one's taking your friggin' guns.
take guns away.
No one's taking your guns, you idiot.
Massachusetts, don't
No
tell
one's
me
taking your
they're
guns.
doing that right here.
I'm going to come to your house and take your guns. What's your address? I'm coming to get your guns. You shouldn't have a gun. I don't want you with a gun. You should have no gun. I don't want you having a gun. You're not qualified. You're too crazy to have a gun. What's your address? I'm coming to your house to get your gun right after the show. I'm going to Massachusetts. I'm going to get your gun.
Alan, I'm
What's
talking
your
to you
address?
there.
What's your address?
It's going on right
I'm
in
coming to get your
Massachusetts.
gun.
It's coming on right here in Massachusetts.
You're out of your
Now, I
mind.
talked to the chief of police in my local town,
Okay.
and he said it breaks his heart to have to show up at people's houses to take their firearms.
No one's.
It's going on
The chief.
right now.
All right, I'm going to check this out. The chief of police. Tell me exactly what his name is.
I'm not gonna say
if
his
he's
name on the
the
phone.
chief
I
of
just
police
spoke with him.
in
I
West
just spoke with him a
Bridgewater.
month ago.
Are you telling me the chief of police in?
No, I didn't say it was in West Bridgewater.
All right, I want to know
don't
where
live
a
in
chief
West
of police is going to be.
Bridgewater.
I'll tell you what. If
I
you're
don't
right,
live in West
if
Bridgewater,
you're
okay?
right, if you're right, I would like to know. So you tell me
say you-
where
I
a
will
chief.
say you
Tell
proof.
me where a
What's
chief.
going on
Sir,
right here in
Derek.
Massachusetts.
Hey, Derek. Tell me where a chief of police is going into people's homes to take their guns. Tell me where this is happening.
Want to explain to you how it happened?
No, tell me where this is happening.
Oh, he didn't tell me what individuals. It happens to a lot
Well,
of
tell me
individuals
where it's
right
at.
now
You
in
just
Massachusetts.
said a chief of police.
He didn't tell me the
You
name of
just,
the people, Alan.
Derek.
Alan, he didn't tell me the name of the people.
Derek,
you idiot.
you just
Okay?
told
Don't
me.
ask to ask and answer a question
You
I
just,
can't answer.
Derek, you just told me a chief of police is going to people's homes to get their guns.
All over Massachusetts.
Tell me where this is happening.
You know how that happens?
Tell me where.
You want to know how it all over Massachusetts? You want to know how it happens?
How does it happen?
It happens with the background searches. They background search people right now in Massachusetts, people that have owned guns for 50
All right,
years.
I
now.
want to know
They do
where they're going to
background
take.
searches.
Give me an
You
example.
wanna hear the rest of this or not?
No, name one
wanna hear the
town.
rest of this?
I'm asking you a simple question.
telling you, it can happen in every
Derek,
town.
I'm asking you a simple
Any
question.
town. It's
If you
the
can't
law
answer
here,
this
Alan.
question, you're full of it.
Every town
My
in
simple question.
Massachusetts.
Oh,
Every town.
in every town, the
Every
chief of police. I'll
town.
tell you what I'm going to
It's
do.
the law.
All right, here's what I'm going to
It's the
do.
law.
Okay, here's what I'm going to
Alan,
do.
you don't even want to hear it.
Derek,
Alan.
hold on. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call the chief of police in West Bridgewater, Massachusetts, and I'm going to find out if they're going to people's homes to take their guns away. How's that? We'll find out if you're telling me the truth or not.
I don't live in West Bridgewater.
Yeah, that's where you're calling from. Well, you just said every town in Massachusetts.
Yeah, every town in Massachusetts.
Well, I'm going to see if that's true.
Now, under the law,
I'm going to see if that's true.
And
I'm going to find out. Well, you're in West Bridgewater. That's where you said you're calling from. So I'm going to see if in West.
Al, you don't even want to hear the truth.
I've just heard you. You're not hearing. You're not letting me respond. You've spoken. Now I'm responding.
The truth.
I am. Now, will you just shut up for a second?
You going to let me tell you the truth?
You just talked. Now I'm talking in response to you. I'm going to call the chief of police in West Bridgewater, Massachusetts, and find out if you're lying or not.
You can do that.
And see if they're going to people's homes to get their guns.
Now let me tell you how they're doing it, and then you can ask them, right? Right now, people that have owned guns in Massachusetts, whether you've owned them for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60, 70-year-old people, right? They're doing background checks, and they're finding stuff on people on things that they did when they were 15, 16, 17 years old, right? If you committed a crime in Massachusetts when you were 17 years old, you never committed a felony, you never went to jail, you never did anything that hurt anybody, right? But if you committed a crime in Massachusetts when you were, say, 16 or 17 or 20 years old, whatever it may be, if the maximum sentence for that crime in a court of law could have been 2.5 years or more.
Right, I'm going to find.
Come to your house and they will take your guns.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out if police chiefs are going and taking people's guns.
You can go to the Massachusetts
I'm going to find out.
Gun laws now and look it up, Alan.
All right, I will. I absolutely will.
Go there right now.
I will, Derek.
And you'll find that I'm on.
I absolutely find out. I want to find out police chiefs. All right, will you now be quiet for a second?
Then you can owe me an apology.
I'm going to find out if chiefs of police are going to people's homes to get their guns. All right?
Absolutely they are.
All right, Derek. Have a good night. Thank you very much.
Patriotic dialogue every night.
All you've done is trash the American people.
And you do not support our troops.
It's people like you that are just destroying the structure and the nature and the fabric of this country.
Well, almost.
You must have the record for the people that hate you and listen to you.
They love to hate me.
Alan Colmes.
Brian in Windsor, Canada. Hello.
Hi, Alan. It sounds like you need a little bit of sanity.
It'd be nice to have some. Are you going to offer that?
I will try.
But I really want to find out if that guy was just BSing me. It'd be nice to have some. Are you going to offer that?
I will try.
So we're going to try to find out about those Massachusetts. He was claiming that Massachusetts chiefs of police go to people's homes and take guns away from people who've had them for years after doing background checks. We are at 877-4-ALAN. By the way, is anybody else in Massachusetts? Can you give me some information about how police chiefs are going to your house to take your guns away? I'd like to know more about that. When I hear the repetition of guns are being taken away or guns are going to be taken away or proposed legislation. Normally I hear with proposed legislation, Obama wants to take your guns away or that registration will lead to confiscation. That's what the NRA says. This guy's saying they're already doing it in Massachusetts. It's part of the law. And that's why I got crazy with him. Because this stuff drives me nuts. But, people just say stuff sometimes, and I want to check it out. I'd like to know if has anybody in this country ever had their gun taken away? But maybe you could, and maybe it's some people who should have their gun taken away. Maybe we should have certain people's gun taken away from them. What would be wrong with that? We are at 877-367-2526. Roy in Marion, North Carolina.
Amen, Alan. I grew up in Western Mass. A lot of my relatives are still there. I kind of hear things about them all the time. One thing that Derek neglected to mention, Massachusetts has the least gun crime in the country by far, and they have the strictest gun laws in the country.
Not anymore, not with what happened in Connecticut. I think Connecticut now has them beat based on what happened this week.
Well, when they get it going, there's a difference between a piece of paper and actually.
Well, no, the law has been signed, but now they've got to enforce it.
Yeah. I was inspired by the reefer conversation lately. It looks God is a comedian, maybe a practical joker, maybe an herb smoker. Have you ever in history can I say something about?
I actually got to move on, man. But I do thank you very much. I appreciate the call, Roy.
It's the cowardice of guns.
Okay.
The easy cowardice of gun
right, man.
terror.
Okay.
That we, as brave Americans, we should stomp like a rat.
Okay, Roy.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Hi.
If you are a new listener to this show, we certainly would welcome you. If you're listening to one of our affiliates taking us at our new time, perhaps in Florida or Connecticut, or one of our other fine venues in Massachusetts, on our new affiliates, hearing us at our new time, you're not used to hearing the show, you should know you are very welcome on this show. We try not to get into shouting matches, although one caller tonight did drive me nuts, I have to admit, talking about how they're confiscating guns in Massachusetts. I did go a little crazy, but I'm really trying to restrain myself and not do that.
How easy is it to get on the air with Alan? Almost too easy.
I mean, do you blame me that I sometimes want to just take my head and hit it against a wall?
Call now at 877-367-2526.
Hello. Who are you? Hello. A lot of calls are not they freaking out. Are you there? All right, we'll try another one. Hello, you're on.
Hi, Vincent from Ocean Springs, Mississippi here.
Hello, Vincent.
All right. Now, I don't have a lot to say against what you've just said, but one thing that kind of bothers me is the liberal thinking that taking away guns...
Who's taking away guns?